In a world overwhelmed by noise, the art of silence has become a rare skill. What if the moments we choose silence carry as much weight as our words? Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium, emphasizes self-mastery through reason and emotional strength. Zeno's saying, "It's better to trip with the feet than with the tongue," prompts us to reflect on how often we regret hasty words spoken in anger. Imagine facing life's challenges with the confidence that your silence can convey more than words ever could. Stoicism teaches that silence is not just the absence of sound, it's a thoughtful, active response. It can diffuse conflict, protect us from harm, and enhance our understanding of ourselves and others. When is it most impactful to embrace silence? Together, we will explore 9 key moments when opting for silence can be transformative. As we delve into these teachings, consider how Stoic silence can reshape your interactions and foster inner peace. Picture concluding an argument with a calm pause instead of sharp retorts. What insights might emerge from such a moment? Are you ready to discover the strength in silence and the wisdom of Stoicism? Let's embark on this journey together. 1. When criticized unfairly. When we're criticized unfairly, it can feel like an attack on our character, stirring frustration and hurt. But Stoicism offers a radical and empowering response. Rather than immediately defending ourselves or lashing out, we can choose a path of calm reflection and mastery over our own emotions. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, with harsh winds of criticism swirling around you. Most people would react to the storm, shouting back against it or running for cover. But a Stoic stands firm, observing the storm with quiet strength. This inner calm comes from a deep understanding that we control only one thing: our reaction. The storm of criticism, like the external forces of life, is beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's great voices, often reflected on how others' judgments say more about them than about you. When criticized unfairly, rather than being pulled into the emotional whirlwind, a Stoic asks, "Is there truth in this?" If yes, then the criticism becomes a gift, a chance for self-improvement. If not, the words are hollow, and like the wind, they pass without impact. Here's where the intrigue deepens. By not reacting defensively, by choosing silence or a composed response, you disarm the critic. People expect us to fight back when we're unfairly judged, but when we respond with poise and restraint, it often leads them to reflect on their own behavior. This unexpected strength is far more powerful than any verbal retort. In the quiet space between criticism and response lies your power. You're no longer a puppet pulled by others' opinions, but a master of your own peace. What could be more intriguing than holding that kind of control in a world where people are constantly swayed by the judgment of others? 2. Amid boasts. When you're surrounded by boasts and bragging, it can be tempting to either roll your eyes or feel the urge to compete. Stoicism, however, offers a completely different perspective, one that flips the usual script and turns the moment into an opportunity for deep inner mastery. Imagine yourself at a gathering where someone can't stop talking about their latest accomplishments. Whether it's a promotion, a flashy new purchase, or a prestigious accolade. Their words are loud, and their ego is louder. The air fills with self-importance. Most people either join in, subtly boasting about their own achievements, or retreat into irritation. But a Stoic sees this scenario in a very different light. To the Stoic, boasting is a form of insecurity dressed up as confidence. It reveals a hunger for validation, a need to be recognized and praised by others. And here's the intriguing part. Stoicism teaches us that true confidence doesn't need the spotlight. Real strength is silent and self-contained. The Stoic listens to the boasts, not with envy or contempt, but with detachment and even compassion, recognizing the insecurity behind the bravado. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, advised focusing only on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and character. The admiration of others, or their lack of it, is entirely beyond our grasp. So when you're confronted with boasting, instead of feeling diminished or irritated, you can see it for what it is, an external display of something you need not concern yourself with. Here's where the intrigue lies. Your refusal to engage in the game of one-upmanship gives you an unshakable calm. You don't need to prove anything because you've already won the inner battle, the one that matters most. While others may race to outshine each other in material or superficial ways, your quiet strength shines from a deeper, invisible place. You rise above the need for praise because you understand that true self-worth isn't something that can be flaunted. It lives inside, unaffected by the noise of boastful voices. The next time you find yourself amid boasts, try not just to observe the boasting but to observe yourself. How easily can you maintain that tranquil detachment? Can you resist the pull to compare, contrast, or judge? Doing so transforms the moment from a superficial contest into an opportunity to cultivate an extraordinary inner strength. 3. When angry. Anger is one of the most powerful and disruptive emotions we face, and when it rises, it feels like a storm raging inside us. Yet, the Stoics had a fascinating view on anger. It was not just a negative force but a choice we make, and mastering it is one of the ultimate tests of inner strength. Picture this. You're in a situation where your blood starts to boil, someone cuts you off in traffic, a colleague takes credit for your work, or a friend betrays your trust. The immediate instinct is to react, to yell, to retaliate, to feel justified in your rage. In that split second, anger seduces you with its power, making you believe that it gives you control over the situation. But the Stoics would urge you to step back and see this moment as a test, an opportunity to demonstrate an extraordinary kind of strength, the strength of not reacting. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, faced constant betrayal, challenges, and disrespect. Yet, in his private writings, meditations, he reminded himself, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who caused the injury." In other words, when someone wrongs you, the greatest victory is not in getting even, but in refusing to let their actions dictate your behavior. What makes this intriguing is that the Stoics didn't see anger as something to suppress or ignore. Instead, they saw it as a spark that, when left unchecked, could ignite into something uncontrollable. But here's the twist: anger is also a choice. When you feel it rising, you can either feed it or extinguish it. The Stoics believe that our power lies in this moment, the moment between feeling the anger and choosing how to respond. And in that space, you can reclaim your peace. Think of anger like a fire burning inside a glass lantern. It lights up with ferocity, but the Stoic holds the key to the lantern, able to snuff it out before it consumes everything around it. They remind themselves that anger doesn't solve anything, it only blinds us, taking away our clarity of thought and leading us into more trouble. As Seneca said, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful than the injury that provokes it." Now, here's the paradoxical beauty of it. When you refuse to let anger control you, you don't lose power, you gain it. By remaining calm when others are furious, by responding with reason rather than fury, you become untouchable, unshakable. You become the calm in the storm, while others are swept away by the winds of their emotions. The next time you feel anger welling up, treat it as a challenge to your mastery. How long can you keep that fire contained? Can you observe it without feeding it? The moment you succeed, you realize that you have the upper hand, not over others, but over yourself. And that is a victory far greater than any external conquest. 4. In the face of rumors, rumors can feel like invisible arrows shot from the shadows, silent, pervasive, and often sharp enough to wound. We've all experienced the sting of hearing our name twisted in whispers, stories woven about us that are far from the truth. In the face of rumors, most of us feel an overwhelming urge to defend ourselves, to set the record straight, to fight back. But the Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, saw rumors as something entirely different, an opportunity to rise above, to show strength not through words, but through silence. Imagine this: you're walking through a crowded room, and suddenly you sense the eyes, the quiet murmurs, and you know that stories about you are circulating. Maybe it's a work colleague spreading lies, or perhaps a friend has misunderstood you. Your instinct tells you to fight, to confront, to argue. But here's the Stoic challenge: don't. Why? Because the Stoics understood something profound. Rumors only have power if you let them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." In other words, why do we place so much weight on what others say, especially when we know our own truth? The real intrigue here lies in what happens when you don't react. When you refuse to engage in the drama of rumors, you create a force field around yourself, one that others cannot penetrate. Instead of trying to chase down every lie, you let your actions, your character, speak louder than any words ever could. It's the ultimate power move. By not reacting, you show that the gossip is beneath you, that you are rooted in something much deeper than public opinion. Think of the community leader who, despite being the subject of malicious rumors, continues her work quietly and steadfastly. Her focus isn't on quelling the stories, but on fulfilling her mission. Over time, those who doubted her see the truth. Her actions prove her integrity. The rumors fade into the background, but her legacy remains. There's another layer to this Stoic approach that makes it even more fascinating: the idea that silence itself is an answer. When you refuse to validate rumors with a response, it sends a powerful message. It shows that you're unbothered, that the chatter is noise beneath your notice. This is what makes it so counterintuitive, and so effective. You're not just holding back, you're demonstrating that your self-worth is not tied to the opinions of others. And here's where the magic happens. When you practice this kind of restraint, the rumors begin to lose their energy. Like a fire deprived of oxygen, they sputter and die. Those who spread them grow frustrated, while others, who once believed the falsehoods, start to see your true nature through your consistent actions. Seneca once said, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." Sometimes, that rough road is paved with whispers and rumors, but the Stoic way teaches us to tread it with grace, unaffected by the noise around us. So, the next time you hear rumors swirling about you, try the Stoic path. Instead of rushing to defend yourself, stay still. Be silent. Let the truth of who you are quietly dismantle the lies. In time, those who matter will see, and those who don't, well, they never really did. By choosing silence, you transform rumors into stepping stones, leading you not to their level, but far above it. 5. During loss. Loss feels like a deep void. One moment, something important is there, and the next, it's gone, leaving an emptiness that seems impossible to fill. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a job, a relationship, or a dream, the pain can be overwhelming. Yet, Stoicism offers profound wisdom to help navigate this darkness. Imagine standing on the shore, watching waves crash against the rocks, much like the emotions of grief. You may feel battered, but like the rock, you can stand firm, enduring the storm. This is the Stoic way of facing loss, not resisting pain but accepting and enduring it, finding strength within it. The first step is acknowledging and accepting your emotions. Marcus Aurelius lost many loved ones yet remarked, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Grieving is natural, but understanding that everything in life is temporary can free you from being consumed by despair. Instead of fixating on what's lost, focus on what remains and what you can control. A person who loses their job can either despair or view it as an opportunity for growth. Stoicism encourages you to ask, how can this loss become a moment for transformation? Gratitude also plays a crucial role during loss. It may seem counterintuitive, but instead of mourning the absence, focus on the moments you shared. Seneca reminds us, "You may have lost the joy of having something, but you had the joy of it in the first place." This shift turns your perspective from emptiness to abundance. The Stoics advise against searching for meaning in loss. Instead of asking, "Why me?" consider, "How can I grow from this experience?" Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Every loss invites growth. It can fuel resilience and wisdom. Lastly, while Stoicism emphasizes inner strength, it acknowledges the power of community. We're not meant to endure grief alone. Leaning on trusted friends or support groups can help us process pain and find our way through darkness. In the end, loss is an inevitable part of life. The Stoic approach doesn't avoid pain but meets it head-on with courage and wisdom. You may feel like the ground beneath you has disappeared, but remember, you are the rock. You can endure the waves, and when the storm passes, you will be stronger, standing firm amidst the challenges of life. 6. Ignorance. Ignorance. It's a word that conjures up a spectrum of emotions, from frustration to empathy. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, the sun glinting on the water's surface. Beneath that shimmering facade lies a world of currents, creatures, and mysteries, much like the depths of human understanding. Ignorance, in its simplest form, is not merely a lack of knowledge, it's a barrier that prevents us from diving deeper into the ocean of truth. Consider a moment in your life when you encountered someone whose beliefs seemed firmly entrenched despite evidence to the contrary. Perhaps they fervently defended a misconception or espoused a theory that was simply untrue. It can be maddening. But this is where Stoic wisdom becomes a guiding light. The Stoics, with their profound insights, remind us that we cannot control the ignorance of others, but we can control our reactions. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." In the face of ignorance, instead of responding with anger or disdain, why not approach it with patience and grace? This doesn't mean passively accepting falsehoods. It means choosing to engage thoughtfully and constructively. Imagine Galileo, the brilliant scientist, standing before an audience that clung desperately to outdated beliefs about the cosmos. Rather than lash out or argue aggressively, he opted for a more strategic approach, demonstrating the beauty of the heliocentric model through evidence and reason. His silence in the face of ignorance wasn't a sign of weakness, it was a powerful act of integrity. He let the truth speak for itself, embodying the Stoic principle of focusing on our own actions rather than trying to control the actions of others. This approach invites us to reflect on how we handle ignorance in our daily lives. When faced with a stubbornly ignorant perspective, we can choose to engage with curiosity rather than confrontation. Ask questions, share insights, and invite dialogue. This opens the door to understanding rather than shutting it with accusations. Moreover, embracing the idea of ignorance allows us to foster humility within ourselves. Each of us is on a continuous journey of learning, navigating through our own seas of ignorance. Recognizing this shared experience can transform our interactions, making us more compassionate toward others and ourselves. In the grand scheme, ignorance is not a foe but a challenge, an invitation to practice understanding, patience, and wisdom. So, the next time you find yourself confronted with ignorance, remember the ocean beneath the surface. Dive deeper, engage with grace, and let your understanding illuminate the way. By choosing this path, you not only elevate yourself but also create ripples of change in the world around you. 7. Rumors. Rumors, those insidious whispers that flutter through the air like butterflies, often leaving chaos in their wake. They begin as mere seeds of gossip, planted in the fertile soil of curiosity and sometimes malice, and can quickly grow into sprawling tales that distort reality. Imagine walking through a bustling marketplace, where merchants peddle their wares, and in the corner, you overhear a snippet of conversation. "Did you hear about?" It's the spark that ignites the fire of speculation. At their core, rumors are reflections of our collective anxieties and desires. They reveal the human tendency to fill in gaps with imagination when faced with uncertainty. But why do we often find ourselves drawn to them? Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown or the allure of drama that pulls us in. However, just like the thrill of a roller coaster, what starts as excitement can quickly turn into a dizzying plunge if we're not careful. From a Stoic perspective, rumors serve as an excellent opportunity for personal growth and self-control. Marcus Aurelius wisely pointed out that it's not the external events that disturb us but our reactions to them. When faced with a rumor, we have a choice: to engage, to retaliate, or to respond with calm and clarity. The power lies not in the rumor itself but in how we navigate it. Consider a scenario where you become the subject of a false rumor at work. Instead of responding with anger or defensiveness, pause and take a deep breath. Reflect on what truly matters. Is it the opinion of those who don't know the whole story? Or is it your integrity and the truth that you embody? By choosing to focus on your actions and values, you can rise above the swirling chaos of speculation. Engaging in Stoic practices during these moments can transform how we perceive rumors. First, take a step back and assess the situation. What is the rumor based on? Is it credible, or does it stem from misunderstandings or biases? By seeking the truth and relying on factual information, you can disarm the power of the rumor. Furthermore, embrace the art of silence. Sometimes, the most potent response is to allow your actions to speak louder than words. Rather than battling the rumor with counterarguments, focus on embodying the truth in your daily interactions. Over time, consistent actions can quell the storm of gossip, as people come to recognize your character. Ultimately, rumors remind us of our interconnectedness and the fragile nature of reputation. They urge us to be mindful of the words we choose to spread and the stories we choose to believe. By cultivating awareness and practicing Stoic principles, we can navigate the turbulent waters of rumors with grace and resilience, transforming what could be a source of distress into a pathway for personal growth. So the next time you find yourself at the center of a rumor, remember, it's not just about what others say, it's about how you choose to respond. With patience, integrity, and self-reflection, you can rise above the noise, turning whispers into opportunities for wisdom and connection. 8. Injustice. Injustice, an age-old theme that stirs deep emotions and sparks revolutions. Imagine standing in a bustling city square, surrounded by the pulse of life, only to witness a shocking act of unfairness unfold before your eyes. A person is wronged, their voice drowned out by the clamor of indifference. Injustice has a way of striking a chord within us, igniting a fire of righteous anger that demands action. At its core, injustice is a disruption of the natural order, a violation of the principles of fairness and equality that bind us as a society. It can manifest in various forms, from systemic discrimination to personal betrayals, leaving a trail of pain and resentment in its wake. The Stoics teach us that while we cannot control the injustices that occur around us, we hold the profound power to dictate how we respond to them. Consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who noted that our greatest strength lies in our ability to choose our reactions. When faced with injustice, we have two paths: to succumb to anger and despair or to rise above it with grace and resolve. This pivotal choice defines not only our character but also our capacity for personal and communal transformation. Imagine a world where we confront injustice not with retaliation but with understanding. Picture the calm demeanor of Nelson Mandela, who, despite years of imprisonment, chose the path of reconciliation over revenge. His story illustrates a key Stoic principle, that enduring suffering can lead to greater wisdom and empathy. By embracing the notion of bearing and forbearing, as the Epicureans advised, we learn to navigate the turbulent waters of unfairness with dignity and resilience. Injustice also presents a unique opportunity for growth. It compels us to reflect on our values and beliefs, prompting us to stand firm in our convictions. What can we learn from the experience? How can we channel our outrage into constructive action? By seeking to understand the roots of the injustice and advocating for change, we not only empower ourselves but also inspire others to join the fight for fairness. As we confront injustice, let us remember that silence does not equate to submission. Instead, it can be a powerful tool for transformation. Choosing when to speak and when to act strategically allows us to maintain our integrity while fostering a deeper dialogue around the issues at hand. It invites us to lead by example, demonstrating that true strength lies in our commitment to justice, even in the face of adversity. Ultimately, injustice is a call to arms, not just for ourselves, but for the collective good. It beckons us to rise, to challenge the status quo, and to cultivate a world where fairness prevails. By embodying the Stoic principles of self-control, empathy, and resilience, we can turn our pain into purpose, transforming moments of injustice into catalysts for positive change. In the end, how we respond to injustice defines not only our own journey but also the legacy we leave for generations to come. 9. Insults. Insults, sharp words that pierce the air like daggers, leaving wounds that often linger long after they've been uttered. They come in many forms: a careless comment, a pointed jab, or a scathing remark. The sting of an insult can invoke feelings of anger, embarrassment, or self-doubt, making us question our worth and igniting a fierce desire for retaliation. Yet, in the face of these verbal assaults, the Stoics offer a profound perspective that transforms our reaction into a powerful opportunity for growth. Imagine a crowded room where someone hurls an insult your way. In that split second, you face a choice: to react impulsively, letting anger guide your response, or to embrace the calm wisdom of the Stoics. Think of Epictetus, who famously stated, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." This insight challenges us to take a step back and examine our own reactions. Instead of becoming embroiled in conflict, we can choose silence, a powerful and often unexpected response. This silence is not an act of weakness, it's a bold declaration of strength. Picture Mahatma Gandhi, who faced countless insults and aggression during his quest for India's independence. Instead of lashing out, he responded with composure and understanding, often allowing the silence to speak volumes about his integrity and resolve. By refusing to engage in the cycle of insults and retaliation, he transformed hostility into an opportunity for deeper dialogue and understanding. Now, consider how this Stoic approach can reshape our interactions. When we encounter insults, we have the chance to rise above the fray. Instead of allowing others' words to dictate our emotional state, we can maintain our dignity and self-respect. This is about reclaiming our power, not letting insults define who we are but using them as a mirror to reflect the strengths we already possess. Reflect on the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who advised that we should focus on our own actions and values, rather than being swayed by external judgments. By cultivating this internal fortitude, we can transform moments of insult into lessons in resilience. Every insult becomes a reminder of our ability to rise above negativity, fostering a sense of peace that radiates outward. Furthermore, let's not forget the role of empathy in our response to insults. Behind every hurtful comment lies a story, a struggle that the insulter may be facing. By choosing to respond with understanding rather than anger, we open the door to compassion. This does not mean tolerating disrespect. Rather, it invites us to view the situation from a broader perspective, potentially diffusing tension and paving the way for constructive dialogue. Ultimately, insults are not merely attacks. They are opportunities for self-discovery and growth. By embracing the Stoic principles of self-control, reflection, and empathy, we can transform these painful encounters into powerful catalysts for personal development. The next time an insult comes your way, remember that you hold the key to your response. Choose silence, choose strength, and let your actions speak louder than words. In this way, you not only protect your own peace of mind but also demonstrate the profound resilience that defines true character. Silence from dealing with talk to facing loss. Stoic advice has shown us a way to peace and understanding. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one in the spirit of his words." Let us practice the deep strength that can be found in silence by deciding when to speak and when to listen. This will help us live a peaceful, happy, and kind life. Feel free to use these Stoic principles in your everyday conversations and see how the power of thoughtful silence can make your life better. If you found this talk deep and useful, please click the like button, leave a note with your thoughts, and don't forget to share these deep philosophical ideas with everyone you know. If you're new, subscribe to our channel to get more deep lessons in Stoicism that will help you grow. See you in the next lessons.